thank you. You have the distinguished honor of the first If You're a Goaltender to the Goal of 2023. You can stop asking, we're back! Hello, friend, Steve Dangle here, and welcome to the first Steve's Dangits, presented by Advil, of 2023. How's your new year? Did you have a good new year? Did you make a resolution? I did. It was to break my nose less in 2023. But if that does, by chance, happen to happen again, I will be prepared with Advil integration. Producer Nick, was that good? Was that good? He said it was good. Now, I'm sure you noticed we didn't have a Steve's Hat Picks or a Steve's Dangits last week, and you'll have to forgive me for that. My only excuse is Christmas and family! But the benefit is we get to pick and choose the best Dangits of the past 2 weeks, and dude, this is a really good list. It's always great when we start with something I have never seen before. Ever in my entire life. I have no idea why we didn't make a way bigger deal of this. My only conclusion is it took place on New Year's Day when we're all less than crisp, let's say. All right, there's a game between the Seattle Kraken and the New York Islanders. The Kraken are winning the game. That's good if you're a Kraken fan and you're in attendance. But what do you do when your team has the lead late in the third? You're always looking up at the clock because you want that clock to go faster. Well, Kraken fans got their wish because the game, quote unquote, ended about 5 minutes early with a 3-1 lead. Listen to it slowly build to where fans are like, I guess we won.
So right now, the clock here in the arena says it's 36 seconds. We know that not to be the case on ESPN. We aren't showing it to you at the moment. So we don't all get as confused as I am right now with how much time we have left in this game.
Yeah, the linesman was just going by the bench telling both teams, just play, we know the clock's wrong. Be interesting to see if the horn goes off in 15 seconds, though. The fans are cheering like the game's almost over.
I mean, we all might be a little slow after New Year's Eve, but I mean, come on now. So play continues on here in Seattle's end. The horn goes. And the fans are cheering here at Climate Pledge Arena. Some of them are actually on the stairs and heading out. This is awesome.
Now there's two giant boards in Climate Pledge Arena.
Massive boards.
They both show 0 on the clock. They just announced the game is not over. There's people walking up the stairs, people walking down the stairs.
So we're going to try to get this figured out here. When we come back, we still will have a hockey game. Seattle up 3-1.
You hear it slowly build, right? Like, did we? I think we won. Hooray. And people start leaving. I have never once before seen a situation where the PA announcer had to get on and go, the game is not over. Listen.
Now there's two giant boards in Climate Pledge Arena.
Massive boards.
They both show 0 on the clock. They just announced the game is not over.
Now, most people who were making their way back to the exits, I'm sure, were able to at least make the decision, do I want to go home? Do I want to watch the rest of this? But you know, there were some people who left that building, turned on the radio, and then heard that the final score was 4-1 and thought, what? You know, I think they made a mistake. I remember looking up and seeing it was 3-1. The only thing that would have been better is if the Islanders came back to win it. Never seen that before in my entire life. Love that. That's a dang it. For our next dang it, the great thing about the new year is there's always the first of something. So Mackenzie Blackwood, thank you. You have the distinguished honor of the first If You're a Goaltender to the Goal of 2023.
He'll change off as Nico Hischier starts forward. Rapp taps it back to Hughes, and he lost it a little casual with the puck. Sebastian Aho gets it back from Blackwood and sticks it in.
You gotta be kidding me.
Mackenzie Blackwood fanned on the clearance attempt, and it's a slam dunk for Aho, short-handed.
But right on Aho's stick, right here where the Devils don't execute. Aho's so good that you, but he loses, or so I say, pushed the puck a little far ahead. I thought he was going to walk in all alone. He pushed it too far ahead, giving Blackwood the opportunity to clear it, and it goes right off the heel, and another just tap in for Aho.
No. You know, one of my favorite things that creeps into goalie discourse is always, hey, have you ever seen him play out? Like, there are goalies in the NHL and professional goalies all over the place who will play like shinny or something, and they'll play out. And they'll blow everyone's mind. And of course they're better than you. They're in the NHL. I don't care what level you played. Even though they're a goalie, they're probably better than you. They played in the NHL. And yet, it's amazing how often a goalie tries to play the puck and it looks like they've never seen one. I don't know what Mackenzie Blackwood is doing. I thought Marc-Andre Fleury put that play to bed in 2003 when he cost Canada a goal. People don't forget. Oh, relax. He's had a fine career since. But Mackenzie, what are you doing? That's a dang it. This next one, while maybe not quite as visually funny, I think is strategically worse. Here's Cam Talbot.
On the far side, but the puck was on the wrong side for him.
Yeah, right shot, and he was in a one-time position. The puck couldn't be reached by Giroux.
Larkin will send it in. Talbot out to play it, and they got it, gave it away. They score again. Rasmussen cashes in on the giveaway. It's 4-2 Detroit.
Thanks to the fine play of the Red Wings, and again, just building off of the momentum. Talbot's just trying to play this puck around. But Rasmussen's got that long reach at 6'6", and he takes it, and it just so happens to be on his forehand with the left shot. That's an easy wraparound, and Talbot.
How do you make peace with it that quickly? Cam Talbot behind the net gives the puck away to the Detroit Red Wings and just sort of says, well, there's nothing I can do about this, long before the shot is even taken. But he's got all that goalie equipment, and he's got to sneak around the net. He's got to scooch. It does got to be tough, like, trying to scooch around the net with all that goalie equipment. It's like trying to sneak past someone in a kitchen that's too small. I'm just trying to put away the groceries. I'm just trying to empty the dishwasher. It's not based on real life or anything. It's just I've heard. But wait, it gets worse. Not only does this giveaway result in the goal, but it also caps off 3 Red Wings goals in a minute 55. Ugh, that's a dang it. The Red Wings will score goals in bunches later in this video as well. This next one, though, I want a goalie to explain this one to me. Because every time I scream, if you're a goaltender, tend the goal, a goalie says, well, actually... And yes, I do understand that a goalie playing the puck is often helpful. I'm struggling to see how this one had any potential to be helpful at all. What is the strategy?
Great play to find him. And boy, the D are all over the scoring sheet here tonight. They tie it up 2-2. 2 goals from the blue line.
And the Wild answer the other way. Minnesota with a quick answer, and they reclaim the lead. Second of the night for Ryan Hartman. Bennington has been victimized again by this Wild attack.
Well, Ryan Hartman giving him a look and some words going back. Forecheck, Bennington goes to play this one. Quick turnover, Gaffin. It just drops right on the tape of Ryan Hartman. He throws that one in the net. Bennington lazily getting back to his crease.
Okay, so Bennington is going behind his net to play the puck around the corner and sort of help his team out because he's worried the defender may get beaten into the corner or something like that. Now, once upon a time during this play, he was correct. And then the 2 players changed paths, and he would know that if he was looking at where he passed to. And yes, I know he's wearing a mask, but what would we say if someone made a no-look D-to-D pass and gave it away for a goal? We'd say, bench him, scratch him, this guy can never play again. What were you thinking from the time that you're 5 years old, you're taught not to do that? So here, is this more fair? If you're a goaltender, tend the goal, and if you don't tend the goal, look, that's a dang it. This next dang it, these are so rare, but they're always some of my favorites. I can't believe this doesn't happen way more often. Probably because it's illegal and gets penalized.
So he just reaches out, rips it out of Kiviranta's hand. Yoel, you got to hang on a little harder than that, or do you? That ends up putting the Stars on the power play, and a semi-doltish play by the youngster Trevor Zegras.
There is a puck battle between 2 players, Trevor Zegras of the Anaheim Ducks and Joel F. Kiviranta from the Dallas Stars. You'll know that F is his middle initial if you are a Finnish or Colorado Avalanche fan. In the fray, Trevor Zegras loses his stick, and that's a shame because he can do amazing things with that stick. Kiviranta still has that stick of his. So Trevor Zegras decides, how about yoink? And he just takes Kiviranta's stick, leading everyone to ask the question, can you just do that? Before the whistle sounds and you are promptly answered, no. It's really funny and I'm glad he did it, but like, Zegras' stick is right there. Instead of wrestling it away from Kiviranta, he would have had a better time just picking his own one up. But I'm glad he didn't, because it's way funnier this way. That's a dang it. For our next dang it, there is a long list of problems with the Vancouver Canucks. And I think most people would agree that goaltending probably doesn't even crack the top 5. Even with Thatcher Demko out of the lineup, the Canucks have gotten pretty good performances from Spencer Martin and Colin Delia, both of whom will be featured in this video in different ways. This is not Spencer Martin's best moment. Here he is, getting beaten from way, way, way back by Jared McCann.
Canucks send it ahead. It's off the skate of Lazar, and now pokes the puck out to center. Motions to the bench for a change and heads there as McCann sends one. He scores! Martin thought he was going to dump it to the corner. I think McCann looked him off and put it on net. And Martin, who is heading to his left, beaten from outside the line. It's 1-0.
Looks like he's going to shoot it in. Looks here, and then shoot. You can see turns his wrist. Okay, looks like he's going to shoot it. Turns his wrist, and off the toe of the stick, finds the far side. Looks like he's just going to drag it, and you see Spencer Martin.
At home, too. It's never good when the whole building just goes oof. But Jared McCann, noted draft pick of the Vancouver Canucks, people don't forget, scores. Sometimes it's the shot you don't expect. He's had some pretty good games for the Canucks this year, but that goal, that's a dang it. But it's not as big a dang it as this. The Pittsburgh Penguins mopping the floor with the Detroit Red Wings. It's 4-0 Penguins. Until the Red Wings make it 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, tie it 4-4, and then win it 5-4 in overtime, only to be capped off with this.
Here's Kopp. Back in front. They
What
score!
a play. Oh my God. What a play.
Bowman! What a silly! A winner for Jake Bowman, and the Red Wings take it 5-4 after being down 4-0 in Pittsburgh.
Well, that's true 3-on-3. First it was the Penguins. And on that rush, broken up, it was the Red Wings, and they cash in after Kopp had hit the goalpost. Boy, oh boy, what a hockey game tonight.
Yes.
So I said 1 point would be huge. Well, 2's double huge. So a lot of teams that may be watching are going to hear this score and go, you got to be kidding me. The Red Wings came back to get points out of this game.
Jake
Wow.
Wallman, his first goal in 15 games since scoring November 17th at San Jose, and it's the game winner.
This was a Rasmussen play again with Kopp. Oh, he got the rebound and hit the post. Oh my goodness, he's going, are you kidding? And from that, the Penguins go 3-on-1 and aren't able to cash in. The whole back comes Detroit the other way. What a setup.
What a selling. Look at that.
Jeez.
Love it.
So Kopp, who hits the post, makes the play to Wallman, and that's all she wrote. Wow.
Watch this. That's how to celebrate.
I guess.
Nicely done. Let's go. Trevor Thompson and Jake Wallman right now.
All right, Kenny, thank you very much. And the first question is, Jake, what's that celly all about?
Now, before I go on talking about this, I feel compelled to give you a production note from producer Nick. The gritty celly is not a dang it. That will be in hat picks. I will not take no for an answer. You heard the man. Guys, it's out of my hands. So the celly itself may not be a dang it, but you know what is? Blowing a 4-goal lead, losing in overtime, and then getting stunted on like this. Oh boy, that's a dang it. For our next dang it, this is another one. I cannot believe we don't see it all the time. But I know we don't see it all the time because the ref had no idea what to do. Here's Matt Boldy and Mason Marchment high-sticking each other in the face at the same time.
Scouting report shooting from bad angles with Ottinger, but it's something to look for there. both players here go down and get a stick in the face.
Boldy caught Marchment up high, and there's going to be a penalty against Boldy on the play. Marchment slow off the ice. Delayed penalty coming against Minnesota. It looked to me like both players had caught a stick up high.
Yeah, I don't think there was any doubt that Marchment got a stick up here as well, and I think the referees are both talking about that right now. Yes, Marchment looks like he might have a small little cut. Sometimes the trainers will come over and make that look a little bit more dramatic than it actually was, and I think there you go. He's waving over to the Dallas Stars bench, and Marchment goes, "Are you kidding me? I got to go over there too."
So the officials, Sharon and Lee, have discussed, and this could be a situation where Boldy gets 4 and Marchment gets 2, but both players caught sticks up high. You can see it right there.
Yeah, it almost looked to me like Marchment's stick was the one. Marchment's stick hit Boldy's stick, and that's the stick that caught Marchment and cut him there. So I don't know how this is going to play out. He's saying, I think it's 2 each.
I think he's giving 4 minutes to Boldy, but we'll wait for the official call.
I thought I saw the referee say 4 on 4. No, maybe not.
So here's how it all breaks down. Mason Marchment gets the cut over the nose, and I guess he got high-sticked the worst. So Matt Boldy goes to the box. Matt Boldy, who was also high-sticked in the face, says, "What the heck?" The refs talk it over, and Mason Marchment, who is on the bench getting his nose fixed because he's bleeding, is sent to the box for high-sticking. But because he is bleeding, Matt Boldy's 2-minute penalty becomes 4 minutes. So at the end of it all, Boldy, 4 minutes for high-sticking, Marchment, 2 minutes for high sticking. Boldy's was only half as bad because he was Boldy, not bloody. And again, for all the crap we give officials, I think it might be the most impossible to officiate sport in the world. But you see how easy that was to solve? All they had to do was talk about it. I'm a big proponent of like 30-second reviews, and you might feel like that'll slow the game down. It won't. How many 30-second intervals are in this video alone? It's never good when a decision is made that can be fixed with watching the clip back once. And the whole viewing audience at home knows the call is wrong. Dude, it's the future. It's 2023. You don't need to make mistakes like that anymore. Anyway, what a mess. That's a dang it. Our next dang it, once again, I've never seen this before. The Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the New York Rangers. Igor Shesterkin makes a save. Igor Shesterkin often makes a save. What Igor Shesterkin often does not have to contend with is people throwing the puck into the net. Here's Brandon Hagel getting crafty. Let's call it crafty.
Good stick by the Lightning D. Here they come with pace. It's point. Kucherov in front for Hagel, and he's stopped by Shesterkin. They score! Puck stayed alive. The Rangers are complaining, saying Shesterkin had it. The Lightning are celebrating, and they're going to talk about it.
Although it is loud in here and it's difficult. Terrific passing on the rush by the top line of the Lightning. And this is another example of the Lightning making plays right at the crease area. Now there's what the complaint is for the New York Rangers. Did he have it long enough? He has it in his equipment. Where is it? Oh, and then Hagel reaches in with his hand. I didn't see that at the beginning. Watch this. Hagel's actually going to reach in there with his hand. He sees it and knocks his glove head. That's what Shesterkin was upset about. Yeah, you don't see that every day. I got to hand it to Hagel.
This is Puckmara.
After video review, the puck was hand passed into the net. Therefore, there's no goal on the play.
Again, never seen that in my entire life. There is a very old clip of Marc Bergevin back when he was playing, accidentally grabbing the puck and throwing it into his own net. But I have never seen a puck balancing on a goalie's pads. An attacking player sees it. An attacking player picks the puck up with his hand, yeets the thing, it goes off a defender's leg and in. Now what I didn't like is some people going, no way, it went off the defender's leg, it should count. No, it extremely shouldn't. Because then you're just incentivizing attacking players picking up the puck and whipping it at their opponent. No, no, no. I'm all for increasing offense, but goodness gracious, no. That's dang it. But You know what? Points for creativity. Oh, and by the way, the goal did not count because of course it didn't. Last but not least, I still can't believe this happened. Never seen this before. Never. Here's JT Miller screaming at his own goalie with possession of the puck, down by 1 in the final minute of play.
Bailey is sneaking towards the bench. Here's JT Miller. And he turns back with it.
He's waiting for the goalie. You can see JT Miller's waving at Delia to go.
He's angry.
He's angry.
Here's Hughes.
Your team has complete control. And you can see JT Miller is yelling at Colin Delia to go. And Delia's still not. And now finally Miller whacks the crossbar. And Colin Delia finally makes it to the bench. And here's Mark Scheifele, and a nice pass by Adam Lowry. And you can see Elias Pettersson tried to lift the stick, missed it.
I gotta reiterate, I've never seen that before. What? He just wants to win! You know what? There are other ways to show that you want to win, such as back-checking, ever. But if anyone has a right to be mad and slamming their stick all over the place, it's Colin Delia! The Vancouver Canucks outshot the Winnipeg Jets 9-6 in the first period. Would you look at that, the Canucks escaped the first period with a 1-0 lead. The second period, the Canucks were outshot 20-7. And then 13-6 in the third period, a period where the Canucks were losing the entire time. All in all, the Canucks were outshot 39-22 in this game. Colin Delia is the only reason this game was not a blowout. If you want to argue that Delia was showing up the team by putting his hands up, being confused, fine. I don't agree, but I understand. I see it more as communicating, I don't know what's going on. And if that's true, you can also argue JT Miller is simply communicating, perhaps animatedly, but communicating, get off the ice! There's just one small problem with that. You don't make that decision! You especially don't make that decision and communicate that decision physically while controlling the puck, and you definitely don't do that while going backwards. You're going into your own end after skating directly into a defending Winnipeg Jets player. People are talking about what Delia should have done on this play. What about Miller? And then, of course, he's asked about it, and he's got basically nothing to say because he's dead wrong. You don't do that. And then, of course, the Canucks give up an empty net goal anyway because they are having a nightmare season. And yet they're still within realistic battling distance of a playoff spot and also within realistic Connor Bedard sweepstakes distance. Except for Chicago. No one's contending with Chicago. You know, after the game, Miller said, you know what, hey, that stays in the locker room. And fair, that's fine, but this is now the second on-ice screaming match Miller has had with a teammate on the ice. First was him and Luke Schenn as they were skating into the locker room. You might remember that from earlier in this season. And speaking of this season, you know when JT Miller's contract extension kicks in? Not this season. Next season is the first season of 7. Lots of fun. But screaming at your own goaltender in the final minute of a 1-goal game as you handle the puck like a bottle of actual nitroglycerin, that's a dang it. So, that is it for this episode of Steve's Dang It's, presented by Advil. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell your friends, or don't. We're keeping it in the locker room, even though it was on. There's cameras in the building, you see.